Hey, this is Rich. Welcome back. I just finished my 27th week on Wegovy. I took my 28th shot just a few minutes ago. Like always, so far so great. I'm still on the lowest dose. I've had no negative side effects. I've had all the benefits. I've had just a little bit of a setback around Thanksgiving time where I gained a little weight for the first time in the entire time I've been on the drug for 27 weeks. And I'm now on the path to losing weight again. So we'll see how Christmas goes, which is in a couple of days, and then New Year's, which is in a week and a half. We'll see how that goes. I did want to talk about something I brought up last week. My sister, who I mentioned before is a nurse, listened to what I said. I don't know why she's listening to me. She doesn't listen to me any other time. But she was watching the video and she said, when I said it was really easy to take the shot and I took the cover off the pen and then just injected it in my thigh after cleaning it with alcohol wipes and things like that, and I put the cover back on the pen and then I just threw the pen away. She said, "Where do you throw the pen away?" And I said, "In the garbage. Where do you want me to throw it away?" She says, "You shouldn't do that. You should, first of all, look at the directions on the box," which, of course, I did not do. And on the directions on the box and also online and talking to a nurse, she said, "You never want to throw a needle type contraption like a pen away just in the garbage. Someone may get stuck by it. You don't want to do that." So what she said I should do, and what the box said I should do, and what the internet said I should do, is I should put the pen in a plastic container. When the plastic, like a laundry detergent container, or I'm using my protein powder container. You should put it in that container. When the container gets full, put the cover back on, wrap it with tape so it can't come undone. Put a note on there on the container, make it clear that this is medical waste. It's needles. And then, because of where we live, we're able to put it in the garbage. With the instructions from our garbage company is that we're able to put it in the garbage then. But you have to look at your own situation to see if that's appropriate for you. So just to clarify the point, I have my little bottle here that I'm going to put my pens in. And here's the pen I just used, and there I go. So there. Now I've complied with what my sister, the nurse, said I should be doing. I have to do that because otherwise she'll yell at me. All right, let's talk about this week. So this week, you can tell by the title I said something about fast food. It's really easy this week to be saying, "Oh, I'm doing Christmas shopping, I'm getting meals prepared, I'm doing grocery shopping, I'm doing all these other things. Don't have time to make a good meal. I'll just this once, I'll duck into fast food and have it." And of course, just this once turns into every week, turns into a couple times a week, turns into multiple times a day, and it just goes from there. I just want to remind you, I think I talked about this in the past, but I want to talk about a little bit more now. I would not typically get fast food. I was never found fast food to be a good value for me. And so, for example, I would go to McDonald's and I would get the Big Mac meal, and I would, whether I'd supersize it or not, they don't call it supersize anymore, probably because of that. It has a really negative connotation on what happens to you after you eat a supersized meal. But I would have a Big Mac. I'd have a medium fry. I would have a medium diet Pepsi, because that's the important thing there. And then, of course, that's not enough food for me. So I would have a McChicken sandwich along with it. And then I would say, but I need dessert. So I'd have a couple of those apple pies. And then, of course, I'm at McDonald's, so I got to get one of their shakes, right? So I get a shake. All that added up is 2,400 calories. It's an amazing amount of just content, bulk of food and calories, more than I'm supposed to eat in an entire day. I would be eating in one session. It would cost me, I don't know, back when I was doing it, $10, $12, $14. And now I think that same meal would cost anywhere from 16 to 20, depending on where you are. Maybe you're in an area that it's more than that. It's not a good value for the price. I can make that quantity of food at home for a lot cheaper, and it doesn't take that much longer. And in fact, if you count the driving time to McDonald's and back, I can do it faster. But the biggest thing is that I would end up being hungry at the end of it. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'd be hungry. So you're saying, well, that's McDonald's. What if you went to Taco Bell? So Taco Bell, I would typically get 6 soft shell tacos, or 3 soft shell and 3 hard shell. And then I would get an old guy like me would call a chilito, and I called it a chilito, and the kid taking my order laughed. He didn't know what it was, and he had to ask somebody, and then they all laughed. They all thought it was very funny that I didn't know that I called it a chilito. It's a bean burrito. Okay, they used to call it chilito. I don't know why it's funny, but I'm a little guy, so apparently laugh at the old guy. Anyway, I would get that, and that would be anywhere from $10 back when I was doing it. Now in recent years, with all the increasing costs and things, it's anywhere from 16 to 20 again. I mean, it's an amazing amount of money for that food, and at the end of it, that would be 1,800 calories. I didn't even get a dessert type thing because I'm trying to cut back, and so that would be 1,800 calories. And at the end of it, the same way as the McDonald's, I would be hungry very shortly after, and that's by design. I mean, they make these things; they're all greasy and all salty and all deliciousness, and even though you're full and you feel uncomfortable, you're hungry later. And so it's a horrible combination. So I'm glad I don't do it, and I'm really resisting the urge to do it now when there's just so much going on, and you just say, it'd be easier if I just ducked in and had a fast food just this once. I just think it's not a good thing to do, and I'm trying desperately to eat healthier. So there are people that can eat there, and they can eat there once a week, and they can eat a normal meal, and they can feel just satisfied. Good on you. And if that's who you are, go ahead. I'm not saying nobody should eat fast food. I'm just saying if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to be halfway decent with your diet, that maybe fast food isn't the best place for you. And even going to a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant where a waiter or waitress comes over and gives you your meal and refills your soda and brings your ketchup, it's actually cheaper, it's more food, and it's healthier, and you don't feel as like I do when I finish fast food. You don't feel as I think the technical term is icky. You don't feel that way when you're done. So that's just me. I'll give you that piece of advice this week: is don't give in on the fast food. Just don't. And if you have a family and the rest of the family is going for fast food, get a coffee. Get something very, very small, not a small Big Mac meal, but something very small, and just say you're not hungry right at this moment. So you're not making it so you're not participating at all. Drink your coffee, eat your little thing, but then go home and eat something regular later. And I know it's easier not to, but I think it's important. Anyhow, let's talk about jokes. And jokes, I've been telling jokes for the last, I don't know, couple of months, 6 weeks, 2 months, something like that. And I get a lot of groans. I get a lot of comments about, oh, that wasn't funny. And, maybe you should just stick to I'm funny. I don't care what you say. I'm funny. I know I'm funny. And I'm going to keep going. And to show that I am funny, it's hard to tell jokes. And even if you're really smart and have access to the entire internet, it's hard to tell jokes. It's hard to come up with something funny. And I'm going to demonstrate it to you. Alexa, tell me a joke about a box.
Why did the fox cross the road? Free chicken.
Well, that wasn't about a box. That was about a fox. But let's try again. Alexa, tell me a joke about cereal.
What do owls eat for breakfast? Fruit Loops.
Now, are you going to tell me that's better than what I've been telling? What do owls eat for breakfast? Hoot Loops? Really? Anyhow, that's not why you're here. You're here to find out how I did this week. So this week, I lost another 4 pounds. Better than I was thinking, but really good. And I'm down a total of 88. I'm not giving it back. I'll see you next week. Merry Christmas.